around the country, going from in-person meetings to virtual, I was trying to think best what represented that year, and there was only one solution that we came up with. Next slide. Corona 2020 and the toilet paper shortage. So I ordered some pins to put in the lockbox so that people moving forward would actually remember what happened in 2021. I want you to wash your hands. Sanitation became very important. But we all survived the great toilet paper panic. I still don't know why toilet paper became an issue, but it was the number one thing that was missing in the stores, along with milk and eggs. So we felt it appropriate to put those pins in the lockbox so future people will understand what 2021 brought us. But we all survived and we all did well. I'm not going to tell you what the pin in the middle says. If you look real close, it says it'll be a shifty year or something like that.
Thank you, Larry.
Well done.
Yeah, that's hilarious, Larry. Good job.
All right. Our chapter treasurer report. So, again, Damon, he has done this. He's running this for us. We're in need of a treasurer, but you get to manage this. So, as you'll see, these are our checking account balances and our cash and mutual funds. And this is as of July 8th, 2021. And we update this every month. And with that being said, we're going to have a lot more opportunities to come to hopefully grow this chapter a lot more. So with that being said, I am all about spending that money to make this chapter what it could be in the upcoming future. Now we'll get in more of that. I'm going to need your help to help us do that together. Damon, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, that's a good summary. And if somebody is considering being our chapter treasurer, the time commitment is minimal. And I will work with the candidate that wants to step in. We'll have a trip to the bank. There'll be some reporting, and I'll show you how to do that. So it's a good position to jump into if you're interested.
Thank you, sir. All right, introductions. So as I'm going to follow what Larry used to do and just kind of go down the meeting invites. We have 32 individuals here. So I'm going to go first. So I'm going to show you how it's done. Lead by example, right? All right, so my name is Zachary Northcutt. What do? I have a safety consulting business and essentially solve problems through leadership. I have a powder coating business and everything, so kind of doing all that. And I'm also the chapter president, and I want to make this chapter the best chapter there is out there, and I want this to be worthwhile to you. I am located here in San Antonio, Texas. However, I travel a lot, mainly between Houston, East Texas, Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth, all that stuff. What brings me to today's meeting is to kick off to a great start of this new transition, being the president, but also in having all our new officers kind of take place and everything. So that's it. And I'm going to go next down the line is Alan Hall. All right, moving on to Andre.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Andre Lamas. I work for a company called Safety Management Group. I'm a safety advisor for them. So what do? I help oversee the contractor safety program for a utility company out of South Texas. Where am I? I'm based out of San Antonio, and I go all the way down to Corpus Christi, all the way to Houston is kind of my region that I oversee. And what brings me today, to be honest, just learning from other safety professionals is why I'm here in this meeting today. And I am also the jobs chair officer. So if anybody is interested in looking on hiring any safety professionals, you're more than welcome to reach out to us so we can get that posted on our page. But that's it. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you, Andre. Up next, Arturo.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Yes, thank you. My name is Arturo Moran. I've been a safety professional for about 9 years now with multiple OSHA 10s in my background. On the manufacturing side, I was with Brady Corporation for 8 years with expertise in lockout, tagout, and arc flash. I'm now with a new company called Line Drive, and we're a manufacturing rep group that represents safety and MRO manufacturers in the field. And I'm here in South Texas, and I based out of San Antonio, but I cover all of South Texas. So I've worked with a number of folks on this call in the field, and I'm looking forward to working with you in the future in my new role. So thank you.
Thank you. Reggie.
This is Reggie, original to Sorry, head of safety for Skanska in San Antonio, and I pretty much oversee the San Antonio market here. And then been with the company for, actually I moved to Texas about 1.5 years. And so one of the things that bring me to this meeting is just, connecting with you guys and hearing some of the wonderful ideas that's being shared, and also being a proud member of ASC for about 5 years now. So.
Thank you, Reggie. Milton used to be our jobs chair.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Doing good.
My name is Milton Beck. I work with CDRE. I just recently transferred from, I was working in San Antonio area, took a job with CDRE. I'm the safety manager for the alliance that we have with the Christus Health Care Organization. So I have hospitals everywhere from Corpus Christi, San Antonio, all the way up to Texarkana, Shreveport, all over the place. Live in the Corpus Christi area, do quite a bit of traveling, and I'm here today because the Coastal Bend chapter doesn't seem to be very busy or doing much at all, and they haven't said anything, and you got to get these CEUs somehow, so I'll stick with you guys.
I like it. Damon?
All right. Good morning. Damon Shodrock again here. I'm the Regional Health and Safety Manager for Aegis Chemical Solutions. I travel South Texas, Louisiana, and some parts of Oklahoma. And I'm based here in San Antonio, happy to say that. What brings me to the meeting today? Really just a chance to interact with fellow safety professionals. Don't get much of that with our current pandemic. So it's good to at least see faces and hear refreshing content.
Thank you, Damon. David Hughes.
Yeah, my name is David Hughes. I work for a very small startup company named Amazon. Currently, I am one of their safety personnel on site at the facilities. Prior to that, I did a lot of construction work, and prior to that, I was a firefighter and EMT before I retired. And just good to be here.
Thank you, Damon. Deanne?
Good morning. I am Deanne Crane. I am the program manager for the Texas Our Driving Concern program. We are a grant-funded program through the Texas Department of Transportation. And I am here today to join you in our shared mission for transportation safety and to just provide you with resources. Because we are grant-funded through the Texas Department of Transportation, all of our resources are free for organizations within the state of Texas. And so I'm just here to support you with any resources that you might want or need on transportation safety and safe driving behaviors. We do have some new resources. I'll put those in the chat. We do have a new toolkit on parking lots, distractions, and hot cars. And we do have some new trainings coming up. And again, they're all free to attend. So I'll just pop those in the chat. And you can check those out, and any questions, just let me know. I'm excited to be here to support our shared mission of safety, and especially for us, transportation safety. So, thank you.
Thank you. Don?
Hello, good morning. Hey, my name is Don Drake. I'm the safety director for Moore Erection Company. I've been employed with Moore Erection for the past 25 years. I've been safety director for the last 8 years. I'm in charge of training, job inspections. I'm also a OSHA trainer and IVES equipment trainer. This year I'm the chairman of the 2021 AGC Safety Committee. And I also do some training for ABC. Thanks.
Thank you, John. We got Paul.
Hey guys, Paul English. I'm the Area Safety Manager for Commercial Metals Company, or CMC Steel, Texas, down here in Seguin. We're also actively recruiting for the secretary, and it's not that I want to give it up, but I have to just because of my dissertation work. Instead of getting easier, it's getting harder, and I don't want to disappoint anybody in the chapter. So I've been in safety for a little over 25 years now, and part of ASSP for 23 years. So that's me. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Forrest?
Hello, my name is Forrest Richardson. I'm the Safety Division Director for Fit for Work. We're an occupational health and safety consulting firm here in the United States and in Canada. My role is just to kind of oversee all things kind of EHS from the standpoint of our enterprise. And I'm also responsible for training all of our providers across the country in US and Canada. Where I'm at, I'm in San Antonio, Texas. And what brings me here today is just getting together with other like-minded professionals, you know, just kind of trying to support everybody and seeing what we can do with our chapter here.
Thank you, Forrest.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Hank. All right, moving on to Jared.
All right, good afternoon, folks. Hi, my name is Jared Tomasi. I'm the Senior Safety Advisor out here at the Microsoft Data Center campus for the customer side. Been a safety professional for a while. Did 10 and a half years oil and gas in Africa. Finally broke into construction, where I found out that all the fundamentals are the same. So I don't understand what the transition difficulties were. So I'm a proponent of taking folks from different industries because I think they have some really good best practices that come from all sorts of places. And I love shaking up the pot. So I'm in Lytle, Texas, just south of San Antonio, about 20 miles out in the farm country. You can come visit, but bring your mosquito spray. And you know, honestly, what brought me here is just I think I got to the point in my career where I've been so busy on the GC side, and finally got to the owner side. I really just want to learn from some folks who've been around and listen up. I can capture some new nuggets to bring back to the team so that we can get home the folks better than they came.
Awesome. Thank you, Jared.
Thanks, sir.
We have Jody.
Good morning, everyone. Jody Brown, Safety Administrator for the City of San Antonio. I've been in safety for about 12 years now, and I come to the meetings to share knowledge. This group has a wealth of knowledge. I'm always looking to share and learn new ideas so I can help the employees with the city. Thank you.
Thank you. We have John.
Yeah, John Elton. I work for a oil field service company, primarily water transfer. Working out of Stockdale, Texas. I'm the HSE manager out here. And I mean, I just come in because I like to network with you guys, and I think, like Jared said, take a few nuggets back and get as much combined knowledge as possible.
Thank you, John. Karen?
Yes, hi, my name is Karen McClinney, and I'm the president of KMC Incentives. We are based here in San attending. And I'm also the meeting coordination chair. So there you have it. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you, Karen. We have Kirsten.
Hello, yes, my name is Kirsten Farrell. I am the new safety supervisor for Kielbasa Provision Company. I have been in the EHS industrial hygiene profession for almost 10 years. I am working here in San Antonio, and I wanted to get to meet some of the local professionals for the San Antonio area since I came from Houston.
Thank you, Kirsten. Maggie?
Maggie and I, based out of San Antonio, working for Sponglass, contractors and social media chair here for the group.
Thank you, Maggie. Marcia?
Hi, I'm Marcia Murphy. I am the safety specialist for COPT. I'm here in San Antonio at near 410 and Petranco. And I have not been to a meeting in a very long time, so I am trying to jump back in.
I'm glad you're here. We have Paul.
Paul Nieto with Church Mutual Insurance. I'm the South Texas risk consultant. We insure churches, nursing homes, and nonprofit and schools. So right now I've been with the company since 2014, but I've been on the road all the time. But I'm at desk duty right now, so I decided to join the meeting.
Thank you, Paul. Pedro.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pedro Reyes, safety specialist for San Antonio Water System. Your number 2 is our number 1, right? Roughly, I oversee non-field employees, just making sure that they have the PPE usage, dealing with the MUTCD policy and underground utilities, and I'm all over San Antonio, so easy miles. And when I'm here, what brings you to the meeting today? Just invited by colleagues, and then as people mentioned, just to soak up knowledge from safety professionals like yourself and get ideas. Thank you.
Thank you. Larry.
I'm Larry Peterson. I started my safety career at Southwest Research Institute about 45 years ago. 34 years ago, I moved over to Liberty Mutual Insurance, and for the last 15, all I do is teach UPSers how to work safe and drive safe. I have 4.5 days left before I retire, so that's why this background is up. I've been a safety professional for many years. Now I'm going to switch over and start doing fishing. But the reason I'm here is this chapter and this society has given me a lot over the past 45 years. So I'm going to continue with the chapter and give back what I can to help mentor as many people as I can.
Thank you, Larry. Ryan.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan Wolf. I'm the lead safety officer here for TxDOT here in this region. Cover 13 counties. Just here to network and see what other new information or new knowledge is out there, and share what we currently have as well, and continue to grow as professionals. And been in safety for about 12 years now. So look forward to hearing and meeting with you guys sometime in the future.
Thank you. Scott.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott Lapierre. I am with Guardian Fall Protection, Territory Sales Manager. I help provide services, equipment, and training for any and all elevated heights work. I'm based here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm also the ASSSP South Texas Membership Chair. My goal is really to bring the organization, all of us together post-COVID, try to make this family feel for the group. So if anyone's looking to get plugged in, to meet up, please let me know. We've got an event coming up, which not going to take away the thunder from Zach here later in August. Looking forward to sharing that with you guys. And just glad to be here and working with everybody.
Thank you, Scott. Stan.
Hey everybody, good morning. Stan Gregory. I'm a safety risk consultant for Insurica. Get to work with various customers of ours in safety management, consulting, behavioral safety. Been doing this only about, Larry, 38 years or so, 39, something like that. What brings me here today is that I've been part of the chapter almost as long as a couple of the guys here on this today. But long story short is that my goal is to help mentor some of the youthful safety professionals out there, and also help our chapter to reach out to them and provide the things and needs that they have. So anyway, thanks.
Thanks, Stan. Steven.
Hi, good morning. My name is Steven Dvorak. I'm the safety manager for a mining and excavating company here in San Antonio. Based out of San Antonio, we have work in mining operations in Oklahoma and Utah, and we do site work and utility installation in and around San Antonio, Victoria, and the surrounding areas of San Antonio. So I am based here. I am professional. Friendships with actually a couple here on the phone call, so the group is not unfamiliar to me. However, this is my first meeting with ASSP, so glad to be here.
Thanks, Steven. Teresa.
Good morning. Teresa English, safety manager for Spyglass here in San Antonio. I am past president of the chapter, and I am here today to support these younger guys and hopefully help them be successful, because I'm really glad they took all this over. So y'all are going to take it and run with it, and we have high expectations.
Thank you, Teresa. We have Kelly.
Hi, yes, my name is Kelly Dansickle. I work for CPS Energy, 3 power plants that I'm over. I got Brian, Leon Nogales, and also Leon Creek. I've been doing safety about 12 years now. Started out in the Marine Corps doing it. The chemical weapons specialist there. Jumped around with worked with the government for a little while. And now I'm here at CPS, so we'll see if I can stay here more than 3 years. It's been weird kind of staying in one place for more than 3 years after getting out. I'm used to moving all the time, so I'm enjoying settling down, staying in one spot, seeing my kids grow up. I haven't been here to a meeting since pre-pandemic. I think the last one was over at in a cafeteria somewhere. So it's a good time, and looking forward to learning new things.
Thank you, Kelly. William.
Hey guys, my name's Colby Ankeny. I also go by William, so says my team's account. I'm the health and safety manager for Cemex. We're a cement manufacturer just outside of Braunfels. I've kind of been all over. I've been here 2 years. In a past life, I was an investigator for Shop. And then I come from really large open pit gold and precious metal extraction mining. So what brings me here today is I'm new to the area. I have been here about 2 years. I'm extremely busy, and I don't make as many of these meetings as I like to. But I think it's a good checks and balances for me. I like to hear what everybody else has to contribute and kind of walk away and think for myself. And I usually take something away. And if I get one thing out of any meeting, you're 1% better for the day, and I'll take it. So I just appreciate everybody on the call.
Thank you. Wayne?
Hey everybody, Wayne Wynn. I am a safety manager for Turner Construction. I would say that most of the time I'm a safety coach in the field and on the compliance side and the risk management side. What brings me here today, I used to live in New Braunfels and I worked in San Antonio. I've been going to these meetings. I get a lot out of them. You meet a lot of good people. You get a network. I recognize a lot of faces on this call, and I got the invite, so I'm here.
Awesome. Now we're glad you're here. All right, up next, so we have phone numbers. So whoever's on a phone, I'm just going to say the last 2 numbers that you have because that's all it gives me. So last two digits of 30. And if you already went, let me know. Okay. 34.
This is Marsha. I already went.
Okay. Thank you. 36. Okay. 41. 42. 96. 98.
Yeah, this is Karen. I already went. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, is there anybody that didn't get a chance to introduce themselves?
Zach, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
This is Hank. I finally got my technology going, Hank. I've been a past president of the chapter. I'm handling governmental affairs right now. I've been around for 30 plus years, maybe 40 plus, I don't know. I was with USAA for 15 years, handling safety environmental compliance there. We built what was recognized as one of the top ergonomics programs in the country. I've been involved in firefighting, rescue, confined space. I helped establish the San Antonio Special Rescue Team. I was task force leader for Texas Task Force 1, FEMA Urban Search and Rescue Team. I'm mostly focusing on ergonomics right now. I'm an ergonomics consultant, and I've spent a lot of time working with standards. So if I can help anybody out with any of that stuff, give me a call. Thanks so much for being here. We look forward to getting you involved, and if you'd like to, if you need anything, let us know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hank. Is there anybody else that we missed? Speak now or forever hold your peace. At least until next meeting. All right, moving on. All right, so our members. So currently we have 307 South Texas members of our chapter. Now our leadership team kind of got together and we kind of have a goal to add 100 new members to this. But we can't do this without y'all. So as you all have your colleagues and everything out there, come out, have them join. We want to hear from y'all. We want us all to participate and everything. Scott, did we have any new members we wanted to recognize?
I know Jared is recently new, so welcome, Jared. There's a couple others I may miss in. Sorry, guys, for another shout out there. I did have a conversation with Jared, so I know he was looking to get involved, so I want to give a shout out to Jared.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. All right, now as we go, we need your help with members. So ASSP has this program called Get a Member Program. As you'll see, if you refer 2, you get a free on-demand webinar. Okay, free. Who doesn't like free, right? If you have 4, then you get a 1-year membership extension for, again, free. And if you go above and beyond and you have 6, they include a $50 Amazon gift card. Now, also, let's say if you do 6, you don't just get that $50 Amazon gift card. You'll get the 1-year membership extension and the on-demand webinar. All right. Also, they have a grand prize drawing through January to December. So you can get a full conference registration, 3 nights hotel. So basically a free conference to you. All right.
Hey, Zach.
Yes.
Can I add something?
Yep.
This is Hank again. Hearing that they're giving a webinar doesn't sound like much to most people probably, but I would, if I was you, if there's any training you need, I'd really look at them. I've gone through a couple of them, and I'm pretty picky on what I learn and from whom. But the fall protection one is outstanding. You get into the standards, you understand what's really going on. Same thing with cranes. So if there's anything you're looking for, look at that. And then it's a great option for you. Thanks.
No, absolutely. Thank you, Hank. And also these webinars, the majority, every single one that I've seen, I don't think I've seen not one that they all provide CEUs. So for those that are out here and trying to get CEUs, this is a great opportunity to do that for free. Also, if you are a member, already a member, and you have lost your job due to COVID and everything, and it's probably, everything's picking back up, but if you still are struggling, you can contact the customer service at ASSP.org, and they will help you extend your membership and everything, and they will help you with that. So you don't have to stress out if you're worrying about money and everything. They will help you. So you just have to contact them and ask. If you don't know, so ASSP has a job board. So if you're looking for work, this is throughout the U.S. and I believe in other countries as well. If you want to look for new opportunities, or maybe you don't have a job right now, they have this at ASSP.org. But also, if you wanted to come to San Antonio in this local areas, all right, on our website we also post these jobs. I think Stan found us one earlier today that we're going to get on our board as soon as possible. If you look at these QR codes, if you take out your camera and you just look it over that, you can scan that and it'll take you directly to this page. So thank you to Andre for doing this. And Andre, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir. Just if you are looking to hire anybody, safety professionals, by all means, you can either scan that QR code to submit a job, which will email the job share email, or again, if you are looking for a position, by all means, scan that QR code. But that's it. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you. So here's some different websites. Here on the left, you'll have your practice specialty websites. So if there's something that you want to, like for construction, ergonomics, all that. So here's these websites. If you want to get involved with the common interest groups, and I believe we have a Hispanic safety professionals here in the San Antonio area. These are all great opportunities to get involved with your fellow safety professionals. All right, for our upcoming chapter meetings, as you see, it's pretty full. We are still looking for speakers for April, May, and June. So today is the value of certification. But next month, so our meetings are on the third Monday of every month between 11:30 and 1:30 p.m. Central Time every time. So if you want to mark your calendars, that way you don't miss it. But also check your emails, check LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, or if you're not in my network, please do so. I usually try to post things on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. So feel free to send me a connection invite, and anyone in here. We have CC Weldon coming next month, talking about professional and personal development. If you see anything that we're not doing, so for this April, May, June, if you have suggestions, please give us a suggestion. If you want to work on your speaking skills, you are more than welcome to send us a request, and we will review it and let you know. So it doesn't have to be someone else that you know, but it could be you. All right, we would love to hear from you. Articles and blogs. Also, so if you want to write an article and you want to have it shared with society and our chapter members, put it on our page and everything, work on your writing skills and everything, please send them to myself at president@southtexas.assp.org. We're trying to maybe possibly start up a blog on our page. So this to kind of help you, share your stories, build your credibility, promote yourself. Okay, so take this opportunity and run with it. Our awards and honors. We want to congratulate Mr. Larry Peterson for the Safety Professional of the Year Award from June of 2020 to June 2021. It's been a little crazy. We hadn't actually got to really celebrate him, so to speak. But we're looking forward to being able to do that here in the near future, and just have a big party for him. Especially a retirement party for him as well. So congratulations, Larry.
Not you guys. It's been an honor to be part of this family for the past 40 years or so. So thank y'all.
Thank you. So also, if you want to be recognized something like this, they do this every single year. November 1st is the 2021 is deadline. So we want to recognize y'all's achievements. Okay, it's not about us. So if you feel like that you went above and beyond, contact our awards chair at info@southtexas.assp.org. So send it to us. We'd actually like to have multiple input, so that way we can fight about who's going to be the winner. Just kidding, we're not going to fight. I just let you know I have a sense of humor. So, all right, some upcoming meetings and conferences. We have our officer meetings the first Monday of the month. All right, and I know it just says officers, but we want to welcome anyone who wants to come. You can go in there and understand what we're looking at to determine to make this chapter great, to give value back to our members. And we would love for you to come put in your input and watch and grow. And then this is also great because that way you get to kind of see what the roles and responsibilities of each chair does. We have a leadership conference coming up. So myself, Stan, and Jeff, who's the vice president of this chapter, we're going to send them. But we also would like to send others who are not on the officer chairs. So members, if this is something that interests you to go and learn about leadership and teach the younger generation coming in and mentor them, this is a great opportunity to come. So please let us know, and we can work some things out as far as finances to send you. We have our Region 3 coming up in August 2022. Stan or someone, please correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have Safety 2021 from September 13th through the 15th, and it's going to be just north of us in Austin, Texas. They are looking for volunteers for the 12th and 13th. So if you're looking for an opportunity to do that, please get on the ASSP.org site and follow that to the Safety 2021, and then you can request that you want to volunteer. As Scott was mentioning, I don't want to steal his thunder because this was actually Scott's idea. So, Scott, please share.
Hey guys, so as we get the chapter going here in 2021, things are coming back. I thought it'd be great for all of us to get together for a networking social event, so everyone can meet one another and understand the greater safety community that you have around you. So we're going to have it at the Beethoven Manticore. If you've not been to that, it's in Southtown. It's a beer hall and garden, so kind of like if you've been to Krause's in New Braunfels, it's got that same feel. So if you see the registration link below, just please feel free to register just so we can get a food count. But it's a cool place. Again, a good middle ground for everybody coming around San Antonio. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It's to me, again, a great event to bring everyone out together. And if anyone has any input or like to do anything else with it, let me know. But looking forward to the event, guys.
Yes, thank you, Scott. And just to let y'all know, this is a free event, so if we're going to provide food, don't worry about it. We got you. But please go to that register link and register so that way we can account for you. And you can bring your spouse, kids. Well, I don't know if you can bring your kids there, but...
Oh, you can. It's kid-friendly, so...
Okay, all right, then it's kid-friendly, so bring the whole family. All right, up next, I'm going to go over community updates, to kind of going around. If y'all don't have the quick updates through OSHA, you put your email in there and they send you.
Lights out in your neighborhood? Please be sure to report street light outages to CPS Energy by calling 210-353-22.
Okay. So Safe and Sound Quick Takes OSHA. So it's coming up, and then I thought this was pretty cool. So get grants through infectious disease training. They're giving $11 million in Susan Hardwood training grants. So if you feeling like you want to do something like this, here are the deadlines. This would be a great opportunity for you to grow, and I see they're going to give you a little bit of money so you can make a little money too as well. I want to talk about the DPC of Texas chapter meeting. That's the Damage Prevention Control. Teresa asked me to share this. It's going to be Tuesday, August 10th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Central Time. It is going to be at Spa Glass. All right. So there's the address, 9300 Corporate Drive, Selma, Texas. They're going to register if you're interested. Here, a part of the Hispanic Common Interest Group on Wednesday, July 21st from 11 to 12 p.m. They're talking about how supervisors can and can't improve mental health in the workplace. I added the link in the comment section of this. So it should be at the very top. So, and it's just to the register link. So if you want to click that, you can go ahead and register as well. Then also, Deanne asked if I would share, let's see, these tools and templates for driving concerns. Are y'all able to see that?
Yes, we are.
It's now coming through.
All right. So I had the link to the side. So I have all this cool stuff. All right. So if y'all are needing that, you're dealing with any kind of traffic safety. Yes.
Zach, this is Deanne. I did put them in the chat earlier too, the links to that. So thanks for sharing that as well. That was
Awesome. You're very welcome.
great. Thank you.
Some fantastic tools there.
All right. Should be my PowerPoint coming up. Of course, it restarted. All right, so y'all got the link in the chat. All right. So is Rick on? Someone raises their hand. So Rick should be on here shortly. So the BCSP, they have offered to give you $100 off the application fee. The promotion code. So what you're going to need to do at the end of the presentation, put your email in this chat box, so that way I can grab it and I will send it to the BCSP, and they will be emailing you your promotion code. And Stan, is there a reason why you have your hand raised?
Yes, sir. For those members who are not aware, Matt's not on the call, by the way. There are two ways that generally most any member who needs funding for training or something along those lines, we have sources for you also that will help you in participating in either getting a certification, needed training, and you just don't have a means in which to do that. So I just want to make sure that that's being covered out there as well, guys.
Thanks, Stan. Is Rick on? Rick, are you there?
I don't see his name yet.
All right, stand by.
I didn't get to see who posted that little note, but yeah, Kelly, that is the comment section. If you include your email there, Zach will have it available.
Don't mean junk mail.
And I know many of you already from seeing a few faces that are on here. And, my background is that, I've been involved with both ASSP and BCSP for many, many years. Previously, I was the president of ASSE/P. And, that was an honor for sure. And I know I spoke at your chapter event along the way and the like. And after that, I was, I guess you'd call it, fortunate enough to be selected to be on the Board of Certified Safety Professionals Board. And had this little situation called my wife got elected to become president of ASSP, and there was a little bit of a conflict of interest. So as I was rising up the ranks at BCSP, I became president-elect VP, and also of INCHPO, which was the international organization that we were representing. And so I gracefully resigned to get out of the way of any conflict of interest with BCSP and ASP. But I remained on as an ambassador and also as a founding, member of their overall foundation. And so we're very active. My wife and I are both very active right now in the foundation at BCSP as well as at ASSP for scholarships and the like for youth safety and helping people grow. Okay. Now, so I'm sort of out of the way on that one. The presentation today is really pretty straightforward. Are you seeing, everybody seeing my screen now? Everything's okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, as you think about BCSP, most everyone knows about CSP. And if you're a CSP, then you've been an ASP along the way. Well, the purpose of the presentation is to give you all a better understanding of really what BCSP is all about and the various certifications and requirements. It's going to take about 45 minutes, and we can fly through it if it begins to drag a little bit. Feel free to ask questions along the way, and I'll do my best to answer them. But I think the other thing that's important here is I'm going to make this presentation available, and I think it's important that those coming up in ASSP and really in the safety profession, even tangentially involved on a safety committee or the like, understand that there's value in education for sure, and then in the certification process that validates your education and your experience. And I think that's what I try to tell most younger people coming up is that, the value may not be immediately recognizable unless your employer requires certification, but where it really shows up is in your own overall approach to your learning and your curiosity as you become better and more involved in your organization. So I think the one thing that I will go over here that isn't listed in the agenda is I want to make sure everybody understands the certification qualifications and recertification requirements. It's pretty simple. There's just a few slides I'll go through quickly there. Okay. All right, here we go. So, BCSP is the second oldest certification body in the safety and health profession. The oldest is American Board of Industrial Hygiene, ABH. And so internationally, we're the oldest. Not-for-profit. There's a range of directors that are allowed on the board, 9 to 14. Currently, I believe there are 12. The reason is some people come and go. Like I resigned. Some people find, that the time commitment is too much, or there's a conflict of some kind. And other times we want to add additional members, and we're going to go through a little bit of what kind of members we look for on the board. So it's not a membership organization per se, though legally it's considered one. And I don't even want to get into that. It has to do with really a fine line of what a nonprofit organization is and when it's considered member or not. Okay. So the mission is pretty straightforward, to inspire and develop leaders in safety, health, and environment practice through global accreditation certification, and then really working to enhance their careers and advance the profession. Very similar to really what ASSP's is. And really, the vision is a safer world through safety, health, and environmental leadership. But in the end, the core value is really what we believe as professionals we need to exude, and that's really respect, excellence, accountability, and leadership. And I think that the fact that you all are on this call today and are involved with the organization the way you are speaks to you being real. Okay, so 50 years old. I had the opportunity to go to Indianapolis, where BCSP is now headquartered, and attend that celebration. And it really was something, because you consider that it takes a lot for any organization to endure like ASSP has, but BCSP has as well. And not only that, it's grown dramatically in the number of certifications and in the number of certificates. Okay. Okay. So were you able to hear that video?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. The thing is, it can definitely come across as being promotional, but the reality is that, BCSP itself is recognized globally. And not only that, but by all of these other endorsing organizations. And right now there are 8 endorsing organizations, meaning that they look at BCSP as really an organization providing certification to employees and to their members. That's of value to them as well. Okay. So, for some reason, this is not advancing the way I wanted it to. So, let me go back here. What is certification? The thing is, it's more than just a certificate. We're going to go through a few slides on that. It requires continuing education. Really, it requires third-party validation. It really requires that you enter into a continuous improvement process that is very transparent to the organizations that sponsor us, obviously, but also to those that actually provide the accreditation. So it's not a license to practice. It's not permanent, as any of you on the call who are CSPs know, or any of the other designations know. We have to continually maintain them. It's not technically a membership organization. You can't just join it. You have to you enter it by passing the exams, and it's not really a certificate of completion of anything per se, because you never are finished for the most part. So let's see here. Advanced thing is not working quite the way I wanted it to. What is accreditation? So you have to have an organization that offers the credential, first of all. And so you have to show that you've got the governance process in place. You have complete financial disclosure available. There's fairness to all candidates. The examination is valid. It's validated. It's shown to be reliable, meaning among a body of people taking the exam, you'll get consistent pass-fail rates really throughout the years. And occasionally you'll get a question where you have a higher pass or a different pass or fail rate than the norm of the overall exam. And then those questions are actually looked at very carefully for wording and ambiguity, any ambiguity that might exist, okay? And then there's a requirement for recertification and overall independence, the testing portion of the organization, and this governance or financial aspect. And then management systems need to be in place, obviously. So not all accreditations are created equal, and that's really true. There are, as you probably all know, there are a number of different credentials out there. And the key is that the exam itself, how it's prepared, how it's validated, something that's called psychometric testing is applied. And it's a very detailed way of determining a body of questions against the overall blueprint for the exam, or blueprint for professionalism in the organization. And I hope I'm making this pretty clear, because this is really an important differentiator that BCSP goes through. And it's one of those where, if you look at their overall budget, I would say almost 2/3 of the cost of operating the organization goes to the overall accreditation, exam validation, and then exam preparation, delivery, and then a reevaluation of the results of the exam. So it's really very involved. Let's just leave it at that. And right now, the thing that sets us apart more than anything is that BCSP is really accredited by two major bodies, both ANSI and ISO. And I was still on the board the last time they went through the ISO audit, and it's amazing the detail that you're put through to make sure that you can prove that your exam is valid and is a good test against any critical outside body reviewing the validity of the exam itself. I've been around a long time. You guys know that. I'm a gray-haired guy, and I know a lot of people have said, well, I'm not going to get the CSP because I really don't need it. Well, you may not think you need it, but I think the value of it is when you have it, you're viewed differently. And I've also heard that, boy, I've had CSPs work for me or be involved with me that really don't know blank from Shinola. And, the reality is that there are going to be people who don't keep themselves current, who, although they go to the conferences, they get the points they need to be able to maintain certification, they don't necessarily go forward and continue their learning in a meaningful way. And so I would put out there that is very much the minority of the certified people that I've crossed paths with. Quite the opposite, actually. Okay. So on the non-accredited side, there are 300 plus safety certifications available. Without going through all of them, the reality is that only 15 are ANSI certified, and 8 of those 15 are BCSP. That says a lot, I think. The other ones that we all know, and some of you probably are CIH, Certificate in Dangerous Goods, CHMM. A lot of people are in ASSP or CHMM certified. certified risk manager, and a few others like that. But so these 15 credentials, along with BCSP's 8, are the ones that are really looked at as meeting the gold standard, so to speak. And so I'm going to go, I guess, as quickly as I can through a lot of this information. So at least you've got a foundation in it, and you will have the slides later if you wanted to, within your company or within an organization, go over some of this with them. We hope that you will. First of all, you've got the CSP, ASP. Recently, we added the SMS, Safety Management Specialist, and again, I'll get into a little more detail on this, but that was added because we know that there are a number of high-quality safety professionals out there that do not have a bachelor's degree, and for numerous reasons, military obligations, family obligations, work commitments, travel, etc. It was just hard to finish that degree. Well, we get it, and so that's why we created that. And then the others fit into a little bit different category of certifications. So the 4 types that we look at is really professional, management, technical supervisory, and then training oriented. And so the professional certifications are the CSP, ASP, the TSP, Transitional Safety Practitioner, is really a designation and not a certification, as is the Graduate Safety Practitioner. Both of those really say that you have the qualifications of a person who has passed ASP, but you have not sat for the CSP yet, or have not met the years of experience requirement to sit for the CSP. Some people who would be in the TSP category, let's say you are a certified registered safety professional in Canada, and you would have your education credentials up to date, etc. For the first year or 2, you would be you could apply for TSP, meaning that you now have this designation, and you're in the process of studying to prepare to take the CSP. So that's really what that one was all about. And then the SMS, I indicated already that this really is an exam that validates your safety management knowledge. It's a little bit less engineering oriented than the ASP and the CSP exams, but it would definitely focus on management systems. I would say probably work comp or other risk issues that are related, and then some more specific safety encounter situations of how you deal with difficult people, or how you might handle training, and different things like that. It's built off of a blueprint for the exam. So all of these professional exams that I'm mentioning here have a blueprint, and the blueprint really says what are those domains or knowledge areas that really are required for you to be considered an active practitioner at this level. And so that's part of the key of it, is really making sure that we get the information out there, and we have people who are able to take exams and know that when they pass it, they've really got something that's quality. Okay. Now, the OHST and CHST we look at them as more technician and supervisory. You could have an associate degree or other degree and not be qualified yet to be able to sit for a CSP. And then you have the STS and the STSC, which are supervisor oriented. And here you are working for a company. You may be a site safety inspector. You might be a safety committee person who's called upon to do inspections, etc. And particularly STSC in construction is a very common one that's available out there. And we encourage companies to move their safety committees towards being STS or STSC certified, and maybe even an individual or more going forward with either the CHST or OHST to assist in the management of your safety program. I mean, we're not able to be everywhere at one time, so you get it. I mean, the one that is fairly new to BCSP is the CIT, Certified Instructional Trainer. This one was added, I believe, about 7 or 8 years ago, and but BCSP took this exam over and changed it quite a bit so it would be more focused on safety and health training and really on dealing with instructional design, how people learn, and then creating programs or training encounters which will achieve specific educational objectives. And it's one of those where you think it's an easy exam. it's not. I think that the reality is that every one of these has some eligibility requirements, and so I'm going to go through these really pretty quickly. The CSP eligibility, I believe you all know, requires a bachelor's degree. It does not have to be a bachelor's degree in safety, but it does require that you have completed that 4-year curriculum successfully. It also requires that you have 4 years of experience where safety is at least 50% of the work you're doing, or the professional level of the work you're doing. Qualified credential, getting towards that would be the ASP, or the appropriate equivalent, which is, like I mentioned, if you were Canadian or if you were from the UK and had an IOSH certificate or certification, and that you abide by a certain level of ethics and a commitment to the code of conduct. Just as an aside, I'm currently on the Judicial Commission, and somebody who has violated the ethics or has developed a criminal record of some kind is taken to task. I'm certain there are people who are out there that have had problems that we don't know about because either they haven't been reported or the individual didn't report them. But when they are reported, we do take it seriously. We do evaluate it. We don't typically ban people for life unless there be a murder situation or child abuse, pedophilia, etc., those kinds of things. But we do say to people, when your time is served, when you've done what the court has required of you, then you can reapply and take the exam. And we do make sure we go through the ethics code with them in great detail to make sure they get it. Okay. So there are some waiver opportunities, and again, I'm not going to go through this fine print in detail. The waiver would be more or less you graduated from an accredited institution that has a qualified academic program according to BCSP, and I'll get into a little bit of that in a minute, and that you have certain other credentials, and these would allow you to be able to meet the ASP requirement and then sit after at least 1 more year of experience to be able to take the exam, meaning you have to have 4 years plus 1, typically the way it works. So the ASP eligibility is pretty straightforward. I think that most everybody has a good foundation in that. Here the difference is that you can sit for it with 1 year experience as long as you have that either associate degree in safety and health or another accredited bachelor's degree in any field. You can sit for the ASP. Okay. Where it gets a little bit different is the graduate safety practitioner. Not everyone who graduates from a safety and health curriculum 4-year degree gets the ability to have the GSP. It has to be from what's called, a lot of acronyms here, a qualified academic program, a QAP. And I believe that there's a slide coming up that'll tell us how many QAPs there are, but here we are, 94 of them. And what they must show is that their curriculum maps to the ASP blueprint. So in other words, when you've completed your degree, you will have gone through the curriculum that would be tested on the ASP exam. And I think the key here is that the people who have spent the 4 years getting their degree in a qualified academic setting do come out with a little bit better feel for what the profession is and what it requires. So that's really what we're looking for there. Okay, I did mention the TSP, and again, that's transitional. You either have gone through a qualified academic program or what we'll call the equivalents. And here, an example is in Nigeria, there's a requirement that you show you've attended their equivalent of a bachelor's degree to be able to get their registration as a safety practitioner there. And if you can show that through documentation that you have completed that and that you are recognized as a safety practitioner in Nigeria, you would qualify for the TSP. And in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, etc., there are a number of others that are ready to sit for the ASP. And this is an indication that you're studying and preparing, okay? And you are qualified. Okay. I'll get a sip of coffee here. Other qualified academic programs might come through the military. And there are a number of people who have been able to, excuse me just for a moment, have been able to sit for the CSP after showing their requirements have been met. And right now we're showing there are 15 such eligible QEPs that we recognize and allow people to sit for the CSP after they've met the time requirements. Okay. Safety management is a little bit different. Here we're looking for 10 years of experience versus the 4, and that 35% of your job task tied to management of safety related versus 50%. Same ethics requirements, etc. We were really thrilled when we came out with this exam because we knew there were a number of people that were in this category and were not able to sit for the CSP. Well, this was an opportunity for those individuals to show that they are qualified, definitely to run safety programs within companies. Maybe not the top dog, but definitely able to answer those questions related to risk and risk management and assessment and all of those kinds of things. Okay. In fact, right out of the box, we had over 900 people apply to take the exam during the first year. And I think right now we have over 1,500 who are in this category. So it's pretty cool, of which half already are CSPs. So CSPs decided they wanted another credential, I guess. So OHST and CHST, you need to have 3 years of experience and show 35% of your activity is involved in safety. And the same, like as I said here, for CHST. There are a number more CHSTs than OHSTs. And part of this is that if you're an occupational health and safety technologist, you tend to go more towards the industrial hygiene route or those categories. So, you might be more involved in nursing and occupational health nursing or into field audit work that's more around the health area, health testing and sampling, etc. Whereas CHST is more physical oriented. You're really going through the activity of maintaining and managing a safe job site and what's required. It's really definitely a step above the STSC, but it is something that really is a great stepping stone for somebody who does want to finish their college degree and get their CSP. And then, as I mentioned, the STS, STSC, you need to show that you've got 30 hours of formal safety related training. And some of this can be done online. Some can be done within companies. You just need to be able to demonstrate that you actually have been provided that training and successfully completed the program, and then sit for the exam. The CIT eligibility, here you have to be able to show 135 hours of teaching, training, or development of SHME trainings, and especially, I think the key part here is that this one is also for practitioners. It's definitely one that if you're spending a great deal of time, the majority of your time doing safety and health training, being able to demonstrate that you understand curriculum development and understanding educational objectives and how to deliver content to achieve those objectives is really an important thing, particularly when you're going to want to make sure the people that you are training can demonstrate those competencies you're training them on in explosive areas or refinery operations or other or highly technical, highly hazardous occupations. So, okay. Recertification. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. So, recertification, particularly for CSP, ASP, the management ones, it's really a 5-year cycle. And for CIT, specifically for that one, you need really a 10-point requirement over a 5-year period of time. Now, that's different than what you would have for the recertification requirements for the professional and the practitioner categories. You know, any of you that are really involved, you know you've got to put in your recertification papers, et cetera, every 5 years, and keep track or keep the receipts of the programs you've attended or meetings you've attended or speaking events you've been a speaker at and the like, or any educational event that you've been at or endeavor, et cetera, right? And so it's 25 points for the top end and 20 points for the next category, all right? And then you get into the STSC. You need to show that you've continued your education by showing an additional 30 hours during the 5-year cycle, or achieved one of the other certifications. So it's pretty simple to do. So by the numbers, the active certifications are pretty amazing. Now, I did mention there is some crossover here, but if you think about the number of people that BCSP has touched or touches through its overall certifications, I mean, as of the beginning of this year, almost 58,000 people, 57,400 roughly. And that number has stayed pretty steady. The thing about certification, I think we've heard recently that ASSP's numbers are down a little bit, because of COVID and some contraction within the workplace. Certifications have not gone down, and people are continuing to maintain their certifications. And there are a lot of reasons for that. I mean, I think this graphic shows the number of people that are really tied in and creating the culture, and it's kind of one of those graphics that's very hard to read, and I wish I wouldn't put it in because a presentation like this, I can't even really go through it. It just basically shows that there are a lot of people involved. So there are some ways to have your fee wavered. Government employees, faculty, and international faculty can have their application fees waived. And I think active U.S. military and veterans, particularly those in reserve, can apply to have fee waivers. Typically, what we're finding would be academic and military fee waivers. Then there are exam fee waivers that are provided to faculty and international faculty, and then military and veterans. And again, you have to apply for these. And I think it's a way of saying thank you. No doubt about it, but it's also a way of recognizing that if you meet all the other requirements to sit for the exam, this is our way, BCSP way of providing a bit of a scholarship to you for not having to pay for those fees. And then, the military also provides some benefits on an ongoing basis through the Department of Defense and the Army Credentialing Assistance Program, and a few others that are made available to those who are CP12 and above. Okay, so winding down, I know this is a lot in a very short period of time. So BCSP started a foundation in 2018, and I was involved in this activity, and part of it was not to compete with ASSP's foundation, but to provide a way for companies to I guess, give towards additional avenues of building value to the profession. One is in category of research. So that was one of the key pillars that BCSP decided to focus on. They have always had scholarships available. So these are in addition to dollars that BCSP provides to ASSP for scholarships. But they provide a $5,000 scholarship to each qualified academic program annually. And that's a big deal. That's a lot of money that's made available back to those people coming up through the system to be able to further their education, but then potentially get out into the marketplace and really succeed. The other area that my wife and I have given to through the foundation is through really the student or the youth safety program. And the number of youth that are killed or seriously injured on the job, and these are people under the age of 18, is really high. We don't realize it, but it's in the several hundreds. And the sad part is that most of these kids could be our children, and they don't receive the safety training necessary. So this leg or this pillar of the foundation has been put forward to try to provide funding for programs in the community, and even like your chapter could apply for some of these fundings if you wanted to put together a youth safety initiative for your schools or the like, and it would be something to augment possibly what you're already doing. It's pretty cool. Okay. So there's some ways that you can save money too if you want to move forward with achieving additional examination accreditation, and that's through buying a bundle. And what this does is it provides you the online self-assessment and then really the ability to sit twice. The number of people that pass the exam the first time is pretty steady. It's typically in the 60% range. And some of it has to do with whether the exam is a new exam or not. Like when SMS came out, the pass rate was quite a bit higher. And the psychometric exam preparation required us to go back in and toughen up the exam. So I wouldn't say that the ASP or CSP exams are any harder than they've always been. But some people like the ability to have to know that they've got the ability to sit for that second exam and not pay as much for that second time around. And then there is really a core program, exam core program. And this costs, I believe, just $1 under $1,000. And what it is like what ASSP offers, like what I believe SPAN offers. This is prep. And it takes you really through the process of studying for the exams, providing you with test examples, etc. And what we found is that the pass rate for people who go through this is very high. And on top of that, there's a guarantee if you don't pass, you're allowed to have access to this for another 6 months, so without additional charge. So it's kind of one of those things that's it's a win-win for everyone. So that was a lot of information in a pretty short period of time. I tried to keep it, in that 35, 40-minute range. Hopefully I did. But at this point, do you have any questions or any comments or whatever? Because I know many of you are certified and some are considering. Please feel free. I'll do my best, and if I can't get the answer, I'll get the answer back to you. So open it up.
Hey Rick, this is Larry Peterson. I don't have a question, just a statement that when I first got into safety, I wasn't really concerned about getting my designation, but the further I got into it and the quicker I got into it, and through ASSP membership, I found out that it was very valuable. And so walking through the process, becoming an ASSP and then a CSP, greatly added to my career over the past 35 years. So I think all those designations are important. You got to go with what you like doing, and then the accreditation just says you're damn good at doing it, and it gets respect.
I appreciate that, Larry. The part that I didn't go through, they give me all of these slides, and I would have been on this call for an hour and a half if I'd used them all. One has to do with the salary survey that they conduct annually, and this last time around they conducted it in conjunction with National Safety Council. And what it consistently shows is that those people who hold credentials, primarily ASSP and CSP, earn anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 for comparable positions on an annual basis. So it pays to be certified. Now, I know there are companies out there that don't require it, but the reality is by and large, the certification does pay for itself many times over. So, any other questions?
I'm into this question. Sorry, it's more of a comment. I just recently took the ASP a couple months ago, and I did the buy two get one free type deal. And I think it was beneficial for me because I was more aggressive on the first test because I was able to pass it. Because I was like, hey, I'm not worried about it. If I don't make it, then I still got room in my pocket. But when I got done, I didn't think I made it because there was like a lot of questions that was asking me. I don't remember even seeing it all. And any of the courses, I went to the in-person course, the ASSP, before COVID and stuff, and I went to Chicago and did the math stuff and everything else. And luckily, I only had 5 math questions, and I was happy about that. But it's really beneficial. I know that 2 people were just hired that have a CSP. I got hired before having English credentials, and now they make more than I do. And so
So that's another thing that we found. So I don't know whether you've been contacted for feedback on the exam bundle and whether you found it of value or not, but what we found is just exactly what you said, is that it didn't result in people studying less. You studied the same amount typically as you would normally, but you went forward with a different feeling of, I guess, confidence. So maybe being a little more aggressive, a little more confident. It seemed to help. What people were saying is it reduced the stress that they were feeling, because some people really, really feel it. Whatever you call it, test anxiety. I'm one of those. I guess I want to be perfect all the time, and we can't be. I think so. It does help. So thank you for that comment. Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Rick, you talked about test anxiety. When I sat for my CSP and the ASP, nobody told me that there was multiple people in the room taking different tests at different times. And so I'm sitting there and I'm on page 1, and people are getting up and walking out, and my anxiety started going through the roof. Like, how did they get up? And then I found out we were doing different tests. Okay, we survived.
Yeah, somebody in just the safety category, somebody taking the STS or STSC would be done in a half hour maybe. You're going to be there for 3-4 hours at least. So, yeah, it's a different world.
I was panicking there for a minute.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, any other questions? And so I would put this out there. I mean, I'm not trying to cut off the conversation at this point, but if you have any questions, just about everything I've covered here is available on the site, BCSP.org site. The reality is a presentation like this, really cuts to the chase. What are they? Who qualifies? What do you have to do to qualify? Or what do you have to do to get recertified? And is it worth it? I think in the end, just about everyone who is certified would say that it's worth it. I think that the reality is that we know that the BCSP certifications are different than some of the others that are out there that don't have the same rigor or are not ISO certified, or ANSI certified. But it's not so much about that as much as making sure that we among our peers are able to demonstrate that we have the knowledge to go forward. Now, doesn't always mean we have the skill. I think that's the other aspect of this. The international body of which BCSP and ASSP are both members came out with an overall framework for the profession, I believe it was called, and that gets into not only what your educational requirements are to really be either a practitioner or a professional in the different categories, but it really speaks to what is it you would be expected to be able to do. And so it's one thing to have the knowledge that you can show on an exam. It's another to have the ability to perform in the field. And we all know some people are much better trainers than others, whereas others are highly competent in the audit world. Whereas, you guys know you all know what I'm talking about. So I think the reality going forward is that we're going to see more and more companies requiring credentialing, and we would hope that if you're involved in that discussion within your organization, or if you're with a company that advises other organizations about job descriptions, etc., that you would be in the conversation about accreditation and certification versus certificate holders and other less qualified positions or I guess credentials that might be out there. So I don't know if I even said that well, but I don't think I did. I apologize. So are there any other questions?
Hey Rick, this is Zach. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time out of your day to going over this. With the certifications, I, for one, it was never about the money, but I just wanted to, I guess, reduce the risk of not getting a job. It worked out great, but I would say the more important thing that I saw was the journey to. I learned so much from just doing this all together, so that was beneficial. So again, thank you. We appreciate it. So if nobody has any questions, we just have a couple things to go over. Last but not least of the chapter, and we're going to be done.
Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to, I'll sign off. And Zach, you've got my email. If anybody has any questions or whatever, and you want to email me, I'd be happy to do my best to get the answer to you, or provide pamphlets or leaflets or whatever you need for any of your meetings or the like. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Rick. You have a great day.
Bye now.
All right, everyone. I just wanted to, again, want your feedback. So we want you to get back from being a membership. You spend, I think that's like, what, around $300 a year for this. We want you to be able to get your money's worth. So the kind of things that we're looking for is for a holiday party is going to be in December. We're looking for a speaker. So we're looking for an event, location, date, time. What do you want to hear about? What do you want to do? All right, we're also wanting to do some advanced safety trainings. So this is going to be something separate from these monthly meetings, because these are going to be CEU courses. So we're looking at hazmat, TEACS courses, the UTA, certification prep courses. What is it that you want to see? This is going to be something that we're going to sit down. If it's going to be a day or two, or it could be 4 day long class. And we're going to look for to do 2 during this year. Outings, networking. We have our social event. I hope you registered already for August 5th to go kind of meet and greet. But what other things you want to do? You want to go out and play golf? You want to go shoot some clay birds? You want to go on a dove hunt? I mean, the sky's the limit. So we just want your feedback. And with that, if you would take out your phone right now, because I'm sure you already have them out there. Here's this QR code. If you take your phone and put your camera over it, and there'll be a link that comes up. Click that link, and there's going to be a survey. So please fill out that survey, as that's documentation to help us get you that value out. I took some information, like everybody wants to be here to share information, CEUs, get the new nuggets, different perspectives, network, all that stuff. We're not perfect. We're humans. We make mistakes. This survey helps us document it so we can track it. If you're familiar with management systems, that's the whole purpose of that, so we can go back and look at it. So please, if you haven't done already, go out here and take this survey. And then last but not least, we want y'all to stay connected. So if you don't know, we have a website, LinkedIn, Facebook, well, soon to be Facebook. We have a YouTube channel for our chapter. For the Region 3, who we fall under, they have a website, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And then as ASSP, as the society in general, they have a website, LinkedIn, Facebook, and everything. So stay connected. That's how you're going to learn and be more aware of what's going on. We send emails. Sometimes the emails don't go through. Sometimes we miss the posts on Facebook, LinkedIn, and everything. So just kind of stay up to date. You're more than welcome to shoot us questions, concerns, comments. But we really do want to hear back from y'all. So I don't have anything else unless any other officers want to add anything. If not, y'all have a great day. I'm gonna stay on, so if anybody wants to hang back, I'm cool with that. Oh, and also if you're interested, that $100 off, send me your email in the chat box so I can get you $100 off that application fee for the BCSP. Thank you all. Take care.